Hi, I'm Paul Simon, landscape horticulturist with the National Gardening Association, and today we're going to be talking about how to prepare your garden for the season, and now I'll be talking about how to clean your tools for the garden. One of the things you don't want to do is to use tools that haven't been cleaned and well sharpened. So what we're going to talk about today is how to take these tools apart and get them ready and cleaned for your use in the garden. I'd like to place a towel down before I start taking the tools apart. That way they don't roll off the table or anything like that. With a white towel you can visibly see all the pieces that you have in front of you. Most likely your hand pruners will have a nut here in the middle and then a spring coil in the center. Sometimes your hand pruners will have a different type of nut. That's an Allen wrench nut. What I'll do now is begin by taking off the center nut here. And once that comes apart, you'll see that you want to keep all these little pieces in order. You can start to see the coil and all the pieces. This blade comes right out of the sleeve, so we want to make sure that that comes out. Now we're ready to clean this off. What I like to have is a rag, a bucket of warm soapy water, and a toothbrush to clean this off. So what we'll do first is dip the rag in, dip the pruners in, and clean off any larger pieces of soil and debris that's left on the blade itself, and then use the toothbrush here to clean off any tiny particles that may still be left. We'll take the other side of our pruners, the same thing. We'll take this piece out and we'll clean that side off too. So, okay, now we have our hand pruners are ready to sharpen. So now what we'll do, we'll move our bucket out of the way and we'll take our metal file and we'll sharpen our blade. So what you want to do is just work that on a 45-degree angle and just do this for a couple minutes and you should be good. All right, now that we've got it sharpened up, we're ready to put our hand pruners back together. What we'll do next is begin to put back the pieces the same way they came apart. And there you have it. Hand pruners all cleaned and sharpened. The next one we'll do is the tree loppers. This is a small pair here. So now we'll take these apart. What we'll do is we'll dip it in and clean off with a rag or a sponge. We'll take off any of the large debris that we see. And then again with the toothbrush, I like to clean out any of that remaining small particles that could be on the blade. We're ready to start sharpening. So we'll move the rags out of the way and the toothbrush, and we'll begin with, I have a couple different size files here. We have a larger one and a smaller one. It'll be a little bit easier for me to use the small file right now. But what we want to do is work the edge right on a 45-degree angle and start sharpening the edge there. And you'll want to do this for about 2 to 3 minutes or so, just to get a nice sharp edge. And what we'll do with the back side is a flat edge, but we'll file that smooth. Again, the same direction, 45 degrees. Great, now that we've finished sharpening the blade, we're ready to put our tool back together. So we'll want to put it back the same way it came apart. So now that we've got good tension on it and it's at the right tightness, the last thing we want to do is spray some lubricating oil on it. And now that we've lubricated this tool and we're all set, we also don't want to forget to lubricate our hand pruners. So we'll do that. And these are ready to go. Now, what I recommend is to sharpen your tools at least twice in a season if you can, but at least do it once every year. So now that we've got these ready to go, what I also like to sharpen is the shovel. So a lot of people wouldn't think about sharpening their shovel, but it makes a big difference. First, dip the rag into the soapy water again, make sure all the dirt particles are off. We're going to work on a 45-degree angle up towards the tip of the blade. So we'll just start sharpening on this angle here and working our way up to the tip. Again, you can see that I'm sharpening in one direction. I'm not going back and forth. That's not going to sharpen your blade. We've sharpened that side. Now we're going to repeat the process on the other side. It's kind of just switching hands here. We'll need to sharpen the back a little bit just to get all four sides. And then the other side. Okay. Now I've done that in a shorter period of time, but of course you're going to want to do that for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side of the blade. So you'll do that a total of 4 times, and you'll notice a significant difference when you're out in the garden and you're using your shovel. Great, now we've finished cleaning and sharpening our tools for the season. You'll also want to go to your garden shed or go into your garage and make sure that you review all your garden tools and make sure that they're ready to go for the spring season.